How safe do you really feel when walking alone at night? You may think you're just heading home, following a familiar path. But what if someone is watching, waiting for the perfect moment to strike? This isn't just a scary thought. It became a horrifying reality for 21-year-old Sophie Collombet. She was a bright, ambitious student who had her entire future ahead of her. But one tragic night in March 2014, as she walked through a quiet park in Brisbane, Australia, everything changed. She never made it home. What happened next would send shockwaves through the entire country. The next morning, the city woke up to a gruesome discovery: Sophie's lifeless body, brutally assaulted and abandoned in Corilpa Point Park. The details of her murder were so horrifying that they left an entire community shaken and terrified. Who could have done something so cruel? And more importantly, why? As police launched a massive investigation, disturbing truths began to unfold, revealing a predator who had been lurking in the shadows. What led to this tragic night, and who was responsible for ending Sophie's life in such a brutal way? This is the heartbreaking true crime story of Sophie Collombet. Who was Sophie Collombet? Sophie Collombet was a 21-year-old French exchange student from Saint-Julien-Mont-Denis, a picturesque village in southeastern France. She had always been a curious and ambitious individual with a love for learning and an adventurous spirit. With dreams of expanding her knowledge and experiencing new cultures, she moved to Australia to pursue her master's degree in business at Griffith University, Brisbane. Those who knew Sophie described her as kind-hearted, intelligent, and full of life. She had a strong work ethic and a passion for education. Her decision to study abroad was motivated by her desire to grow both academically and personally. Brisbane, known for its welcoming environment and educational opportunities, seemed like the perfect place for her to fulfill her aspirations. However, what was supposed to be an exciting chapter of her life turned into a nightmare that no one could have imagined. The fateful evening, March 27, 2014, was supposed to be an ordinary night for Sophie Collombet. As a dedicated student at Griffith University, she had just attended one of her evening lectures, something she had done countless times before. The routine was familiar: finishing class, gathering her things, and making her way home. She chose to walk, as she often did, passing through Corilpa Point Park, a picturesque riverside area known for its walking trails and peaceful atmosphere. But that night, as she made her way through the dimly lit park, an unseen danger was lurking in the shadows, waiting to strike. Somewhere along her path, Sophie was ambushed. What should have been a short, uneventful walk home turned into a nightmare. Reports later revealed that she was attacked with horrifying brutality, beaten and sexually assaulted. The assailant showed no mercy, inflicting devastating injuries that left her helpless and alone in the darkness. With no witnesses nearby and the late hour working in the attacker's favor, Sophie's cries for help were drowned out by the stillness of the night. By the time the city awoke, it was too late. Her life had been cruelly stolen. The next morning, the peaceful park transformed into a crime scene. A passerby discovered Sophie's lifeless body near a bench, her injuries revealing the horror she had endured. News of her murder spread like wildfire, sending shockwaves through Brisbane and beyond. International students, particularly young women, were gripped with fear, questioning the safety of a city they had once trusted. Authorities wasted no time in launching an extensive investigation, determined to track down the monster responsible for such a horrific crime. As police examined the scene, one chilling question lingered: who could commit such an act of pure evil? The brutality of the attack suggested it was not a random crime, but the work of someone dangerous and violent. Pressure mounted on law enforcement to deliver answers, and the city anxiously awaited justice. That moment would come soon, as detectives pieced together critical clues that would lead them straight to Sophie's killer. The investigation and arrest of the killer. As police scoured the crime scene for evidence, they discovered that Sophie had suffered a brutal attack. It was clear that this was not a random accident, but a deliberate and violent crime. Witnesses and CCTV footage helped authorities track down a suspect: 28-year-old Benjamin James Millward. He was known to frequent the area and had a history of drug abuse and criminal behavior. Millward, at the time of the murder, was reportedly under the influence of methamphetamine, also known as ice. His unstable mental state and violent tendencies made him a dangerous individual. After days of searching, police finally located and arrested him on April 7, 2014. He was charged with the rape and murder of Sophie Collombet, bringing some hope of justice to her grieving family and the shaken community. The trial and sentencing. The legal proceedings were long and emotionally draining for Sophie's family and friends. Initially, Millward pleaded not guilty, forcing a prolonged trial. However, overwhelming evidence, including DNA traces and witness statements, tied him directly to the crime. Faced with undeniable proof, he later changed his plea to guilty. On October 26, 2016, the Supreme Court of Queensland sentenced Millward to life imprisonment for the rape and murder of Sophie Collombet. The judge handed down a minimum non-parole period of 20 years. While the sentencing provided some justice, it could never erase the pain and sorrow that Sophie's loved ones felt. Her parents, who had flown to Australia for the proceedings, expressed their heartbreak, but also their gratitude to the authorities for ensuring that the man responsible for their daughter's death would never walk free again. Public outrage and safety concerns. Sophie's murder was not just another crime, it was a wake-up call. Brisbane, known for its vibrant student life and friendly atmosphere, suddenly seemed unsafe, especially for international students and young women. The crime highlighted significant safety concerns, particularly in areas with poor lighting and a lack of security measures. Kurilpa Point Park, where the murder took place, was later scrutinized for its unsafe conditions. Many pointed out that the area was frequented by homeless individuals and people with criminal backgrounds. In response, authorities took steps to improve security, including better lighting, increased police patrols, and initiatives to make public spaces safer for everyone. The global impact and legacy of Sophie Collombet. Sophie's murder did not just affect Brisbane, it resonated globally. The French government, as well as student organizations worldwide, expressed concerns about the safety of international students. It became a turning point for discussions on how universities and governments could better protect students studying abroad. To honor Sophie's memory, her family and friends established initiatives to support international students and raise awareness about safety. The tragic event also led to increased conversations about mental health, substance abuse, and crime prevention in urban areas. Sophie's name became a symbol of the need for justice, protection, and better security for young people in unfamiliar environments. The tragic fate of Sophie Collombet serves as a painful reminder of how unpredictable life can be and how important it is to take safety seriously. Her story touched the hearts of thousands and led to crucial conversations about public safety, crime prevention, and the responsibility of communities to protect their most vulnerable members. As we remember Sophie, we must also learn from this tragedy. It is a call to action for better security measures, increased awareness, and stronger support systems for students and young individuals. While nothing can bring Sophie back, her story will forever serve as a reminder of the importance of vigilance, justice, and the fight for a safer world for everyone. If you found this story impactful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more true crime stories. Stay safe, stay aware, and we'll see you in the next video.